Welcome back to the Alex and Dom Show. I'm Alex.
And I'm Dom.
And today we're going to the Golden State of California, where we're going to talk about cryptids.
I always like talking about cryptids.
Yeah, they're one of the only paranormal or supernatural things I actually believe are real.
Yeah. With everything that's undiscovered out there between, in the ocean and, we're finding new species all the time. So.
Yeah, and rainforests. So, the first up we're going to talk about is the Dark Watchers. The Dark Watchers are mysterious shadowy figures reported to be seen in the Santa Lucia Mountains of California. These figures are typically described as tall, with human-like silhouettes that stand silently on ridges and look over the valleys and mountains below. Here are some key points about the Dark Watchers. The historical and cultural background. The legend of the Dark Watchers dates back to the indigenous Shamash people, who are said to have seen these figures and consider them supernatural beings. Early Spanish settlers and subsequent European colonizers also reported sightings, incorporating them into their local folklore.
Mm-hmm.
The description and behavior. Witnesses describe the Dark Watchers as tall, dark, motionless figures, often seen at twilight or dawn. They are usually spotted standing on the edges of cliffs or ridges, staring out over the landscape. They reportedly vanish when approached or when observed for too long.
It might be just like an optical illusion, like when the sun's setting or...
Yeah, just a shadow, play on light. Here are some literary references. The Dark Watchers have been mentioned in literature, notably American author John Steinbeck referenced them in his short story, Flight, where they are depicted as enigmatic spectral figures. Poet Robinson Jeffers also wrote about them in his poem, Such Counsels You Gave to Me. Here are some explanations for the Dark Watchers.
Okay.
Various theories attempt to explain the phenomenon of the Dark Watchers. Some suggest they are a form of an optical illusion known as broken spectral, where a person's shadowy cast on fog or mist can appear magnified and eerie.
Like that one I think I seen was on TikTok, where it was showing looked like a dude walking through the clouds or whatever.
Yeah,
but it was probably just somebody like at a really high altitude that was walking. It was reflection or his shadow on the clouds.
Psychological factors such as pareidolia, the tendency to see familiar shapes and random patterns, may also play a role.
I never thought of that.
Here are some modern sightings because, usually they're back in the day when there's no photography and everything.
No proof.
Reports of encounters with the Dark Watchers continue into modern times, with hikers and locals occasionally claiming to see these mysterious figures. Despite numerous sightings, no concrete evidence or explanations have definitively been identified what, if anything, the Dark Watchers are. The Dark Watchers remain one of California's most endearing and intriguing legends, blending elements of indigenous lore, historical accounts, and natural phenomenon.
So, like with some of these, like, has there ever, do you think, been an incident where that has caused any harm to anybody? Like, cause sometimes you hear about cryptids that are like harmless. It's just sightings of different types of things.
Yeah, like Bigfoot has been harmful to people,
but
allegedly.
Then you hear other types of urban legends or cryptid stories, and they are, supposedly
I don't know.
dangerous or whatever. Like
California's
Chupacabra or
California's a really big state, so I'm assuming we're going to get to a cryptid in here that may be harmful or dangerous to people.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
to me to figure out the difference between the.
The next one is the Fresno Nightcrawler. The Fresno Nightcrawler is a cryptid that has gained notoriety due to its unusual appearance and eerie footage that purportedly captures it. Here are some key details about the Fresno Nightcrawler. The Fresno Nightcrawler is typically described as a small humanoid figure with long, thin legs and a short torso. It appears to lack any discernible head or arms, making it an especially strange and an unsettling figure.
What? So it's just like a body rolling around?
Yeah, it's like a humanoid figure. It's long and thin with a short torso, but it doesn't have arms or leg.
Well,
or arms or head.
Some disabled person that,
I don't know.
I'm just saying, like, there's people that don't have any arms or legs that move around like that.
Its legs seem to comprise most of its height, which is estimated to be 1.5 to 2 feet tall. So it's like a little tiny thing. Uh, the first sightings are the Nightcrawler first gained attention in the late 2000s when a homeowner in Fresno, California, captured footage of this creature on a security camera.
I'd like to
The
see that footage.
Yeah, the footage shows a pair of these beings walking across the homeowner's lawn in a smooth gliding motion.
Oh wait, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Okay,
the initial video has been widely circulated and remains one of the primary pieces of evidence for the Nightcrawler's existence.
it's just like those disembodied leg looking things,
No,
and
they have no head or arms. It's just
right,
legs.
it's just a pair of like big,
Yeah,
long, stilt looking legs that
yeah.
were walking. I think I've seen that video, but I
Uh,
don't know if that's a like
beyond
real how real it
Fresno,
is.
beyond Fresno, though, there have been other reported sightings, including one of Yosemite National Park, where similar creatures were caught on the surveillance camera. These sightings contribute to the belief that the Nightcrawler might inhabit a broader area than Fresno.
Do you think it would be like an animal or something like supernatural, like a ghost or something like that?
It could be a rabbit, and people are just
A
weird.
rabbit.
I don't know. People are just weird. They just see what they want to see. Dude, I've seen security cameras in the early 2000s. They're crap.
Yeah, they're really bad.
Security cameras nowadays are crap. It's just they're not like the movies where it's like 4K and you can see exactly what it is.
I don't know. They probably do have some of that now.
Yeah,
Just
but
not for
not in the early 2000s.
the average everyday.
Theories and explanations. Various theories have been proposed to explain the Fresno Nightcrawler. Some suggest it could be an alien or undiscovered species, while
Yeah,
skeptics argue that it might be a hoax, with the creatures possibly being puppets or animations.
I could see that.
Yeah. Another theory posits that it could be a new type of cryptid unique to the region.
It's interesting to think about. You know, like I could lean towards
I
it
would
maybe being
be
aliens.
I would be more
That'd be weird though,
I
just
would
to
be
walk.
more amped to believe in those security camera footages if when they show something online or on the news where they're like, have you seen this person, and it's a video camera footage
Yeah,
and it's like the shittiest picture ever,
yeah,
like you can't even recognize if it's a person,
yeah.
like,
It's
yeah,
all
and then you're gonna
grainy
show
and
me this thing like, look what we've
the
seen, it's,
resolution
yeah, and
sucks.
I'm like, okay. I was like, that could have been like a freaking anything. It
And
could have
then
been a
you watch
sock
it
blown in
like
the wind.
some kids takes a video of a fight on his phone at school, and it's like ultra HD, and you can
Yeah.
see everything, you know, real clear.
The cultural impact. The Fresno Nightcrawler has become a popular subject in cryptid lore and internet culture, inspiring numerous discussions, fan art, and even merchandise. It has been featured in television shows and documentaries that explore unexplained phenomena.
Hmm.
Skepticism and debunking efforts. As with many cryptids, the Fresno Nightcrawler has its share of skeptics. Some experts in video analysis and cryptozoology have attempted to debunk the footage, citing potential issues with the video's authenticity and the possibility of CGI and practical effects being used. Yeah, like I said, I think this one, since it started in the 2000s and there was no reported sites before the early
That's
2000s,
probably a hoax.
it's probably a hoax. Despite the debate over the existence of the Fresno Nightcrawler remains a fascinating, mysterious part of cryptid folklore, captivating the imagination of those intrigued by the unexplained.
You never know.
I mean, it could be. I just think this one's like,
Yeah, it's probably a
it's
hoax.
a hoax. The next one is the Lone Pine Mountain Devil.
Hmm.
The Lone Pine Mountain Devil, sometimes referred to as the California Mountain Devil, is a cryptid said to inhabit the Sierra Nevada mountains, particularly around the Lone Pine area. Here are some key aspects of this mysterious creature.
Okay.
The Lone Pine Mountain Devil is often described as a large, winged creature resembling a bat or a demon. It supposedly has leathery wings, sharp claws, and a fearsome, almost dragon-like appearance.
Wow.
Its eyes are often depicted as glowing, and its body is covered in fur or scales. What if it's a dragon? What if it's a
I don't
long
know.
last dragon? Oh my god. Like,
But
well, people think the megalodon's still around. Why not dragons?
because we don't have proof that dragons ever really existed.
Not yet. We're finding new dinosaurs every day.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, as of right
Yeah.
now, we don't there's no proof that
I
dragons are
want
real.
dragons, damn it. Historical accounts. The legend of the mountain devil dates back to the early Spanish settlers and Native American folklore. Stories from the 19th and early 20th centuries described encounters with this creature, often attributing attacks on livestock or unexplained disappearances to it.
Hmm.
These tales contributed to its fearsome reputation. So it could be a,
Yeah.
a threat
Yeah.
to people. So there's one of your
One of
ones
the
that,
cryptids. Yeah.
yeah. According to legend, the Lone Pine Mountain Devil is a carnivorous predator that preys on animals and occasionally humans.
Oh, better watch out.
Yep. It is said to be particularly active at night, using its wings to silently glide through the mountains.
So now here I have a question about that. So it says and humans. So if we're assuming that this thing is real, right?
Mm-hmm.
If we're going for the fact that this thing is real, and we've actually been have seen sightings of this, they would have to actually be victims, right?
Mm-hmm.
How would they're probably just blaming it on either a mountain lion or
Well,
a bear
people
or
go
some
missing,
other
and
kind of
yeah, but people
thing
go
every
missing
time.
hiking.
So how would you ever be able to verify, short of actually seeing the creature that did it,
They're probably
that it was a
going.
cryptid and not just a
Yeah,
regular
I don't know.
animal?
They're probably going after missing persons. Like you went missing. A lot of people go missing
Can you imagine
hiking.
the sheriff that would have to tell the public that it was like a chupacabra or a
Yeah,
mountain devil that did it?
they're not going
I
to.
know this sounds crazy and hard to believe, but it was the mountain devil.
Yeah.
The mountain devil killed this man.
Some stories suggest that it has a penchant for brutally dismembering its prey, leaving behind grisly remains. So, I mean, if it's ripped limb to
Yeah.
limb and it doesn't match any animal, then yeah, maybe.
I'm pretty sure a
Uh,
bear could do that, though.
Here are some theories and explanations. Various theories attempt to explain the existence of the Lone Pine Mountain Devil. Some believe it could be a surviving member of an ancient species or undiscovered animal. Others speculate it might be a supernatural entity or a manifestation of a local folklore.
Hmm.
Skeptics argue that the sightings could be misidentifications of known animals such as owls or bats amplified by fear and imagination.
The
Here,
sightings would be a little bit harder to, because it would have to be a really big bird.
yeah, I
Well, I
mean,
mean, owls get really big, and sometimes, and they're vultures and stuff like that that have good sized wingspans. So I suppose that could be mistaken
not for a dragon.
for not for yeah, not for something the size of what you would consider a dragon. No,
Yeah.
but
While historical accounts are more prevalent, there have been occasionally modern reports of the sightings. These contemporary accounts are typically less detailed and more anecdotal, often shared by hikers and campers in the region who claim to have seen or heard something unusual in the wilderness. No one has their phone while they're hiking to take a picture.
I mean, probably, but phone service back then,
Well, even now, like if there's modern people are seeing it. Like
yeah,
you don't have a phone. Everyone has a phone.
I don't know.
Cultural impact. The Lone Pine Mountain Devil has becoming a part of local folklore, contributing to the mystique and the allure of the Sierra Nevada region. It has inspired various stories, artworks, and even some media representations, keeping the legend alive in popular culture.
That's pretty cool.
The line, the Lone Pine Mountain Devil remains a mysterious and chilling cryptid, blending the elements of a folklore, fear, and the unknown. Whether viewed as a genuine creature or a product of local legend, continues to capture our imagination for sure. Because I really want it to be a dragon.
Yeah, probably just a
uh,
big bat.
yeah, for real. Like, or I don't know. Like, well, the flying fox that's as big as a small child,
Yeah,
but that's not. They were in India. Like, they're not from this region.
I don't know. I don't know
So
much
maybe
about
it's like
bats.
a big bat that we just haven't discovered yet. Tahoe Tessie is the next cryptid we're going to talk about.
Is this gonna be like a Loch Ness monster
One
type?
hundred percent. I can just it's called Tessie.
Yeah.
like
There's
we
one.
have Chessie in Virginia,
Yeah.
and then Nessie and Loch Ness monster. So Tahoe Tessie is the legendary lake monster said to inhabit Lake Tahoe, a ledge freshwater lake in the Sierra Nevada mountains. Straddling the border between California and Nevada, here are some key details about the Tahoe Tessie.
Okay.
Tahoe Tessie is typically described as a large serpentine creature resembling the classic image of a sea serpent. Witnesses often report it being between 10 to 80 feet long. That is a
That's
huge
quite
difference.
a gap there.
Yeah, with a dark, sleek body and undulating movements. Some descriptions include humps or a long neck similar to the Loch Ness Monster. See, now Southern California, or Sierra Nevada,
Uh,
that is warm enough for a snake. So it could be a python or anaconda that someone brought up here and released in the wild when it got too big.
I don't know about that.
You, 100%.
In
In a
in a
lake?
lake
Yeah, a
though?
freshwater lake, yeah.
Well, I guess yeah, maybe.
Dude, the pythons are taking over the Everglades. They're taking over it. Let's get some historical background on the Tahoe Tessie.
Okay.
Legends of the mysterious creature in Lake Tahoe date back to the Native American folklore. The Washoe and the Pahiato tribes, indigenous to the area, have stories of the large water dwelling creature in the lake. These tales were passed down through generations and became part of the local mythology. Sightings of the Tahoe Tessie have been reported for over a century, with the earliest recorded accounts in the mid 1800s. Since then, various boaters, swimmers, and tourists have claimed to see the creature. Some reports describe seeing Tessie from the shore, observing its hump or long body moving through the water.
Right.
Here are some theories and explanations for this cryptid.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Several theories
waiting
attempt to
for.
explain the Tahoe Tessie phenomenon as misidentifications. Some sightings could be misidentifications of known animals such as large fish like sturgeon or schools of fish, as well as logs or floating debris.
Well, yeah. I
Ancient
mean,
species. This is what I'm wondering. Some speculate that Tessie could be a surviving member of an ancient species like a plesiosaur,
I don't think so
though
because
it's
I think
highly unlikely.
yeah, because and that's probably one of those theories that I believe the least it's I know that there are some like really old animals left from way
Yeah, like
back.
crocodiles,
Yeah, but I'm saying like today's ecosystem wouldn't really support
a
a
plesiosaur.
plesiosaur in the middle
Yeah,
of a
like
freshwater lake. I
yeah,
don't think.
yeah. I don't know. Seismic activity. Lake Tahoe is situated near geological fault lines, and some theories suggest that underwater seismic activity could create waves or disturbances that might be mistaken for a creature. That one, I don't know.
Uh,
I think I can distinguish between a long ass serpentine creature than a
yeah,
wave. Scientific perspective. Most scientists and researchers remain skeptical of Tahoe Tessie's existence, citing the lack of concrete evidence such as clear photographs, videos, or physical remains. Despite numerous reports, no definitive proof has been found to support the existence of the lake monster in Tahoe.
it probably wouldn't take very long if we discovered some kind of new species for us to try to kill it out.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
sure.
but just to study it, like I don't know, it depends. I think we're past that. I think we're more
Yeah,
Yeah, I think we're better
nowadays.
equipped now. Like, yeah, back in like the 1900s, yeah, we totally the Tasmanian tiger, we killed that studying it. Uh, Here's the cultural impact of the Tahoe Tessie. Tahoe Tessie has become an integral part of the local folklore and a popular attraction for tourists. The creature features various local merchandise, including T-shirts, mugs, and other souvenirs. It also is mentioned in books, articles, and documentaries exploring lake monsters and other cryptids.
And we've talked before about how, like, at least in my opinion, a lot of these urban legends are built for tourism.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the more popular a story is, the more likely that the place the story
Well,
is
like you
based
take like
on.
Mothman
Yeah,
for
like
West
Point
Virginia.
Pleasant.
Yeah,
They get huge amounts of tourists, and so does Roswell.
yeah. I think that like something probably existed in that lake
Right.
back when Native Americans were around and back in the 1800s and stuff. Something probably was there. I just don't think it's there anymore. I think that maybe it died out
Yeah.
or something like that. But I think the most out of the four we've talked about, the most logical one for me is probably the Tahoe Tessie. I think that would probably be the snake, just a snake that got released.
Yeah, yeah, I have to agree with you.
Yeah, the
All the
Fresno
other ones are
Nightcrawler is
kind of,
completely false. That's a
yeah.
hoax, like alleged hoax. I don't know. I
I
don't
don't
want to get
believe
in
it either.
trouble when they next week they're going to come out with a news story that the Fresno Nightcrawler is real and make me look like
Yeah,
an idiot. But all right, guys, those are cryptids of the California
those were
Golden
interesting.
State. I love cryptids. Like I said, it's one of the few things I actually believe in that could be real. But for California, I think that maybe one of those is real, and that's the Tahoe
I
Tessie.
there's so many things nowadays that are just shocking.
Well,
That
Bigfoot is a big cryptid in California, but we did a whole episode about Bigfoot.
yeah,
So I didn't want to touch on him
we've
because
already
we've
covered it.
already dedicated a whole episode to it. If you guys haven't listened to that, it's an amazing episode. But thank you guys for going through these California cryptids with us. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Keep on listening. Thank you for the support.
Thank you very much.